good morning, you sexy mother hubbards. It's time for an alternative paper review. First up to the Telegraph this morning. Kwasi Kwarteng in a guest piece says without bold tax cuts, the Tories are doomed. Safety First won't do it. Kwasi says that. Former Chancellor in the Liz Truss administration who tanked the economy with bold tax cuts. Well, he's back now to tell you to take your mind off your ballooning mortgage payments just for a moment, because we need to do bold tax cuts again, guys. And Safety First just won't do it. I mean, it is amazing how these people bang on so endlessly about stuff like, oh, Jeremy Corbyn should never be anywhere near power. Think of the damage he could do if he was anywhere near the levers of power. Ooh, that's scary, Jeremy Corbyn. Well, this is what happens when these guys get near power. These high-risk, low-rent cretins who casino gamble with the economy. Your mortgage explodes, the housing sector is still recovering, pensions are still down versus where they were before that mini-budget. The damage this guy inflicted on the UK economy is immeasurable, and yet here he is, with bashing cymbals, marching down the street, going, yeah, I'd do it again. Meanwhile, football's Mr. Nice Guy, Joey Barton, has taken time out for being arrested for assaulting his wife to rag on women who are involved in men's football. On Friday, he targeted 2 female presenters, comparing them to Fred and Rose West, then dug himself in deeper, saying, no, not having it anymore. Women stick to women's football. Men stick to men's football. That pushed ITV to release a statement saying, look, Joey Barton's out of order. Football is for everyone. Then Barton claps back, and then former international Gary Neville claps back to him. Then Barton goes back to Gary Neville and says, look, I know they pay your wages, and I don't want to have to put you away here, so keep your head down or you're going to get emptied as well. A lot of sort of aggressive, hostile talk here. But then it gets more interesting, or hilarious, because Joey Barton posts this morning. It says, seeing as you've raised your greasy little wig, Gary Neville, anything to say about one of your employers covering up the grooming and noncing, pal? Using their platform, ITV Sport, to help dirty nonces procure and violate underage kids. Now, I read that, and I was like, whoa. I mean, as problematic as the Schofield ITV stuff was, I don't think anyone can accuse ITV or ITV Sport of helping dirty nonces to procure and violate underage kids. Like, firstly, I think it's been established that their relationship only matured once the kid had turned 18. Now, it's still weird, but that is legally okay. But secondly, this tweet sort of suggests that ITV are in on procuring and violating the kids. Which, you know, like, I'm not a fan of Philip Schofield. I think what he did was pretty problematic. I don't even know what the ages were, but I don't think there's any evidence to suggest that their relationship changed to a physical one before it was legal, right? So there's that. Secondly, I don't think there's any evidence to suggest that ITV facilitated this or encouraged the procurement of underagers. Like, to me, I read this tweet, I was like, well, that's incredibly libelous. Like, is Joey Barton feeling rich this morning? Because I'm pretty sure ITV's lawyers will read this and they will be rubbing their hands with glee. They'll be Googling for new Porsches. You're going to see executives walk out of the ITV building in South Bank with like a brand new Rolex. Like, suddenly, even the guys who have nothing to do with ITV Sport, they just work in ITV Legal. Even those guys are going to walk in the pub a bit later and their mates are going to be like, I don't think you like football. Why are you here? And they're going to be like, no, I'm a big fan of football suddenly now. End up joining expensive members clubs. Bump into their old mate Hugo. Oh, this place is quite expensive. I didn't know that you were a member here. How did you make all of your money? You must be a really successful lawyer now. And they'll be like, I'm not even that good. It's just every so often, occasionally, a total moron will say something so stupid. I basically just get gifted 100 grand. It's like Santa Claus coming. I mean, it would be weird if it turned out that ITV were running some sort of facilitation, procurement and exploitation of, you know, children in child sex trafficking and all of that. But even just sort of considering that, it just makes me think, why does everything have to be a pedo ring now? You know, at the 2016 election, the Clintons are running a Pizzagate pedo ring. And now it's like Jeffrey Epstein, Prince Andrew, it was a weird pedo ring. Now it's like ITV. Oh, ITV are facilitating the exploitation of kids and it's a pedo ring. Whatever happened to just being baddies? You know, just a spot of corruption or just robbing people. You know, everything's got to be a pedo ring now. Pedo rings have never been so popular.